Hip-hop is a global phenomenon that has influenced music, dance, fashion, language, and even politics. But where did this worldwide cultural movement begin? We trace hip-hop back to its humble beginnings where the kids of the Bronx would cram into house parties, rec rooms, and school parks to hear music like they'd never heard it before. But what really is hip-hop? Is it the music with the chest-thumping beat, rapid-fire lyrics rapped in a handheld mic, gravity-defying dance steps, or is it writers turning walls into canvases with larger-than-life letters and illustrations? In 1973, what many would call the year hip-hop was born, the names of DJ Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and African Bambaataa would be solidified in this revolutionary genre, and known as the three founding fathers of hip-hop. By setting up turntables and introducing techniques in the South Bronx house parties and underground gatherings, they would change music as many people knew it. Their ability to switch from record to record as well as repeat music breaks led to the discovery of the hip-hop genre. And soon, freestyling over the beat would become popular, and we'd have one of the most noted songs of the genre released in 1979 titled Rapper's Delight. As the genre evolved, we would see artists use their platform to speak on social issues near and far, and this leads us to the diversification of the hip-hop genre. The spark from early years had been set ablaze, and by the 1980s, several artists began popping up and introducing new techniques such as the iconic sound of the 808, the introduction of sampling, more thought out and metaphorical lyrics, as well as collaboration between other genres. As the genre evolved, it would reach international status and reach a larger audience than ever before, from Europe to Asia, all the way to Australia. This era is characterized by its diversity, quality, innovation, and influence. This establishment and emergence of the international knowledge is what pushed hip-hop into the mainstream. How we perceive hip-hop today can be characterized by commercialization, or what many hip-hop enthusiasts would call going corporate. By the 1990s, hip-hop had become a major mainstream hit, and it created several high-profile artists such as Lil Wayne, Lauryn Hill, Nelly, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, Eminem, and 50 Cent. And in 1995, the Grammys even added a new category for Best Hip Hop Album, which was a huge win for the hip hop community, as it was powerful to see that hip hop had traction as a culture, and it was just also powerful to see that it held influence in the music industry. Hip hop isn't just a genre, but rather a culture of its own. And the four elements of the hip hop culture or artistic pillars include DJing, beat making, or turntablism, known as the one that started it all, hence it being the first pillar. Now known as rapping, our second pillar, MCing, spitting, ciphering, or rhyming is an obvious mainstay in the hip hop culture. Our third pillar is breakdancing, or better known as b-boying. Whether it's floor flipping, floor rocking, back flipping, or back spinning, breakdancing is breakdancing. There isn't anything much like it. But it's breakdancing's individual focus that really shows hip-hop's true spirit. Okay. Many would be surprised to find that graffiti art is a very important pillar of hip hop, though it doesn't seem that way. Part of the entire culture of hip hop deals with aesthetics, rebellion, and to a point, individuality. This inspired graffiti artists such as Cypher, Robert Denalha, and Banksy, to name a few. Though graffiti has been around for millennia, uh, it can be seen in hip hop sneakers, clothing, and even art galleries. Uh, one of the one of the aspects that drew me to hip hop the most was the element of knowledge. What do I mean by this? Knowledge is the whole theory around how you talk about what's really going on around you and how true you can be to yourself. This constant push for reality and representation of reality is what makes you very much a part of the hip hop culture. Whether it's not just male representation, but female representation and ethnic and cultural representation. Because hip hop is essentially a youth culture for the most part. This is which makes it so captivating and relatable. This is also why hip hop is so impactful. As I wrap this up, hip hop has a fascinating history worth exploring more. It has seen considerable change since its introduction in the late 70s. What started as a local movement to provide a safe haven for African American and Puerto Rican youth has become a global phenomenon. To this day, hip hop continues to be a dominant force in influencing the culture around the world. Thank you.